Here we are on Dartmoor, and I want to take you through yomping, moving with weight, and why I yomp. So yomping, your own marching pace. This was devised by the Royal Marines during the 1982 Falklands conflict. Previous to that, tabbing, TAB, Tactical Advance to Battle, devised by the Army during the Second World War. Now our friends across the waters, they now do rucking, and it's a big fad, and they've got specially designed day packs that they slip weights in. Basically it's all the same thing, a weighted Bergen or rucksack that you move at great speed and covering as much ground as possible. But we don't all start yomping fast and far. We start slowly, incrementally adding weight, incrementally adding time. If you want, just start with an empty rucksack, a bit like training a horse, empty, but just get used to wearing something on your back and then gradually move up the weight. If you can, get a mate or a friend or a trainer to help you to accelerate, because you'll probably be able to do more than you actually think. Okay, the benefits of yomping. You move at speed, you are outside in the open in all weathers, which is great. Now I've listened to a great many podcasts by Dr. Mike Mosley, and he advises that you can, that when you're yomping or running or walking in rain, properly covered, is actually of great benefit to you. So don't worry if it's raining, just buy yourself some decent kit. It's low impact. If you're your own pace yomping, it's a low impact exercise. So even on your knees, you're coming down, you're not shuddering your body. It's a low impact. It's not high, but you can make it high if you want to. Other benefits are bone density, great for your bone density. And I actually use on long yomps, hiking poles. They're great in the wet weather, they're great on rocky terrain, and that's great also for your arm bone density, which sometimes gets forgotten. Your strength, cardiovascular, your core, stabilization. That's the benefits of yomping. Now, I've got a crib sheet here. There are 3 people who I follow on Instagram who are brilliant for anybody that wants to move with weight. So the first chap, he's a champion yomper or tabber or rucker, and his name is Farron Morgan. Farron Morgan. And last March, he just tabbed from all the way from Land's End to John O'Groats, 1,000 miles in 24 days. He's brilliant. There's a chap called Sam Greengrass, and he's very good technically in the gym for getting all different parts of your body, your ankles, all your joints and muscles. And his name is Bulletproof Jumper. He's on Instagram, Bulletproof Jumper. Chelsea Darish, Fit Hiker Nation, she's brilliant. So if you're going to go outside and yomp and you've never done it before, study what Chelsea says, Fit Hiker Nation, and what she does on her hikes, because you're going to do it at speed, at pace, and you cannot be safer than with Chelsea and what she advises, even down to holding the hiking poles. That there's a special way you slip your hands through over the loops, as you would do with ski poles. She goes through everything. She's brilliant, and that's another matter. Also, when you're at speed doing your yomping, and a bit like skiing, if you're on an elevation, whatever, if you fall left or right, you're only going to fall as far as your height. Never try not to fall with your motion, because then you're propelled forward and it might just be a little bit dangerous. But you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it as you progress. Now, The way I describe yomping is the technique is a bit like you are a puppet on a string. So everything is centered here at the core and you're mobilized from the core. This bit like a gyroscope and a puppet on strings, and everything is fluid. Everything has to be fluid. Your rucksack has to be tight to the body, as tight as possible. After the first couple of minutes or so, this will get looser, then you can pull it tighter again. It needs to be tight, heavy at the top as well, light at the bottom, and then it becomes a bit like wearing a glove. It's on your back, but you want to be like a puppet on a string. I'll show you the techniques of your legs, your knees, going up, going down on the flat later. Just let me check my sheet, excuse me. Preparing for yomping. So there are exercises that you can do to prepare to go out to move with weight. Now, what I do is stair exercises. So every Sunday I wake up early, and I'm lucky I live in a building where there's 8 flights of stairs, and I go up and down for 3 hours with this rucksack with 13 kilograms in here. And that might seem excessive, but what you want to do is so that when you're actually on your yomps is to be in a comfort zone. Also, the benefit of using stairs and not a machine in the gym is that you're going up and you're coming down. Coming down is the greater part of the technique that you need to master. You need to master coming down. And this is where I score my good timings, is because I've mastered the art of coming down, and I attain really, really good timings. But if you are not used to coming downstairs at a rate, or a mountain at rate, then it's going to be uncomfortable and it's not going to work for you. You'll get bored. Okay. Warming up. Now, when I do a yomp, it's invariably very early in the morning. So I start slow and I warm up that way. My body warms up and I do it very, very slowly. I don't do stretches or anything like that. Once I went out very early morning and I went just way too fast, and in 20 minutes I got a grade 1 injury on the inside of my left thigh here, which was really, really bad. And on the point of injuries, you know when you've really, really injured yourself, got a grade 1, hopefully you'll never get grade 2 or grade 3. But if you get aches and pains, you know, just pull back on the speed and just go a little bit slower, and before you know it, the pain will just disappear and you're back to speed again. And a mile down the line, you'll be thinking, oh, that pain's gone. This is what happens with me. And also when you start off, you're in a discomfort zone. It's uncomfortable. You're carrying the weight, you're in cold weather, invariably, and then you're moving at pace. It's uncomfortable, but after a time you'll set yourself in there, and then you just speed. The night before I do a yomp, regardless of where I'm doing it, if I'm doing it in a local park in Richmond Park, or if I'm here on Dartmoor, I will lay out my kit in full wherever I can the night before, and lay it out, go away, have your dinner, do whatever, go back and have another look and check that you've got everything. Because if you're on the yomp and you've forgotten something, it will pee you off. Now, talking about that, number 1s and number 2s, when you wake up in the morning, synchronize your brain, synchronize your body, and you're telling yourself you're going to do this big event. So you can do your number 1s. We're lucky gents, we can do this here. But your number 2s for sure, because if you don't get that out the way, you're 10% less proficient. You need to sort that out. Also, when you're out on yomping, you might be passing people coming ahead of you. Hopefully they'll have seen you. Also, you can let them know which way you're going to go past them. so that they can adjust themselves if they need to. But if you're coming up behind people and they haven't heard you, you need to command, and you need to be assertive, and you need to project yourself so that they hear you. On the left, you go on the left, you go around them on the left. On the right, you go around them on the right, or in the middle. I had to do that on the Yorkshire Three Peaks because there were so many people, but there were little gaps in the middle, and they would part, and it was quite incredible. But sometimes there were too many people, and I would just jump around them. Anyhow, I hope that's a help to you. Moving with weight and gaining as much ground as possible. I've elevated my fitness beyond anything that I could have done in the gymnasium by doing yomping and this fad of rucking, as it were. And I hope that you get benefit too.